Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel Eddie in Reading Land. My name is Eddie and today I'm bringing you a review of the Verdance Tarot by the amazing Stephanie Pui-Mun Law. Okay guys, like I said in the introduction, I will be reviewing the Verdance Tarot by Stephanie Pui-Mun Law. I have my handy dandy notebook over here with the notes for this review, and I don't feel like I need to tell you that I actually love working with this tarot, and it already made an appearance in one of my previous videos. But you guys know that I very much enjoy Stephanie Pui-Mun Law's artwork. She is an amazing artist. I love her use of color. I love the patience that she has because I know that she worked with watercolors, and in order for those vibrant colors to pop the way that they do and to have such an intricate and very detailed product for a watercolor, let's just say that I don't do it because I don't have the patience for that. And I'm glad that she does because her artwork is amazing and her understanding of the tarot is also on point. I do feel like Stephanie's this newer tarot does encompass a better understanding of tarot. Not that, and you guys know that I love the Shadowscape Tarot and is my favorite tarot so far. Out of all of the tarot that are in existence, the Shadowscape Tarot is my favorite tarot. It's the tarot that I like. It's my friend. It's my best friend. It's a tarot that I use for reading for others. It's a tarot that I use to read for myself. It's a tarot that it's a dark horse. It's a workhorse tarot because I use it for everything. But yes, this tarot better encompasses her understanding of the tarot now. It shows that she has evolved as a tarot reader and as an artist as well, because there are things here that I didn't see in the Shadowscape Tarot. The use of gilding, the use of more expressionistic. No, that's not the right word. There's more expression and there's more passion in the features of the people in the tarot. I'll show you some of them later on. But first thing that I wanted to do is review the Verdant Companion, which is a book that was written by Stephanie Pui-Mun Law and also by Benebell Wen. And you also know that I love Benebell Wen, guys. I am impatiently waiting for her to finish her new tarot. It's probably not going to be this year, guys, unfortunately for all of us. But here I am, still waiting. But she did write the foreword for the book, the introduction, and let me show you. Yeah, she has a getting started over here. The introduction was also written by Benebell. There are other key aspects of the book that Benebell also wrote. Not really sure if I should show you that or not, because I just want to, but anyway, it was a collaborative effort. The book was a collaborative effort. But the cool thing about the book is that it has a symbols key chart. And why is this pretty cool? Because this deck has this some symbols appear on different cards at different points in the tarot, and it doesn't matter if they're majors, if they're wands, if they're cups, if they're swords or pentacles. They see here, for example, there's an acorn in the Fool, the Emperor, the World, and these three wands, and so on and so forth. There's a consistency to symbology in the deck, which I very much love. This is so good because yes, there is a relationship or between the cards, and symbolically there's also a relationship between cards that you're like, well, this card doesn't really relate to the other, like the Fool versus the Emperor. They don't have a lot in common, but the symbology behind, I mean, the acorn and why the acorn was chosen to be depicted in the Fool and the Emperor just makes absolutely total sense to me, especially because, and this is actually also pretty cool. Stephanie, she created a story for each of the cards. So here we have the Fool, which she calls the Wanderlust, but this is Coyote, and there's a whole story behind Coyote here. She does provide keywords, and this happens for all of the cards, guys. She does some keywords here on very basic keywords for the Fool, and then she goes into the story, and then she further provides that history why the Coyote is part of the Fool and why she chose it for the card. And this happens for every single card. There's an explanation why it was chosen, and there's a story behind it. I mean, here's the Magician, which she calls the creator. I don't really vibe with that name, and some of the names that she chose for the cards, like the subtitles for the cards, I didn't agree on it, but it definitely did add a new layer to the card that I didn't think about. Sometimes you just have to disagree to add a new layer to how you read cards, because you never know, right? Even though I don't feel the Magus is a creator, I feel more like the Magus is somebody who manifests or is the embodiment of manifestation. Manifestation is the first, or one of, if not the first, one of the first stages of creation, right? You first manifest something, you manifest an idea, you manifest it with your imagination. That I'm an artist, that's what I do. So there's a slight difference, but I can see the relationship, and I didn't think about that after the fact of reading this book, right? So it's just, and the book is actually really long, and there's an explanation for everything, and I love it. But I wanted to show you guys that this goes on. So for the cups, wait, no, that's not right. Let me see. Okay, got it. Minor Arcana. There we go. Got it. For the cups, you will see a and I'll show you guys the art later. But for the cups, you will see a predominance of dragonflies. So there are dragonflies throughout the, other than the key symbols in the chart that I show you guys at the beginning with the book. Dragonflies are the main spirit guide or animal or totem for the cups. Butterflies for the wands. The suit of coins has bees. There are bees all over the coins, and the swords is basically birds. Which this is, I love that. Yes, definitely. Love that. But yeah, guys. So, and there's also very cool interview. There are some spreads for those of us who enjoy spreads from other tarot readers and from other writers. Here they are. But what I was going to show you is that there's a conversation with the artist, and Benabel is the one who did the interview. I've had so much fun reading that, because having these two women that I admire in conversation and having to read the interview was just yes, thank you for adding that, because I was really, really happy while I read this. But yeah, so that's the book. The box is actually pretty cool, guys. I mean, it's a Llewellyn box, so you know it's a great box. Great box. The box outside is good. This is basically paper, carton paper, and we do have this beautiful teal color and teal ribbon. And you guys know that I'm biased towards teal, so yeah, that's happening. But okay. So let me show you the backs of the cards, which, by the way, are reversible. Isn't that beautiful? and it's catching up more green than it is, but it does have a more teal look. Let me bring this a little bit closer so that we can see better. There we go. Okay. But it is teal, guys. It's showing up more green than it is. The cardstock is better than the Llewellyn cardstock, but it's still not anything like super gorgeous. It's a little satiny, which is fine. I don't mind. I prefer matte. It's not gilded. The deck is not gilded. I'm not going to edge it. Maybe. Not really sure quite yet. But it's the backs are beautiful. I love the circle of bees and circling the sun, or maybe it's a sunflower or some sort of flower in the middle. But you guys know that I love spirals, so that's awesome. But like I said in also before, the art does not it's not oh good gods, I'm losing my words right now. Doesn't leave anything to be desired. This is amazing art. I love animals. I love botanicals. It's very rare that I like a deck that has both of those things together. Well, obviously the other one that I do like that does that is See a Hunt, but these are excellent cards. I love them. They're such a passive and peaceful, soothing, calming energy coming out of these cards. Every single one of these cards, whenever I look at them, I just feel so much peace. It feels very centered, and I very, very much like that. It's it just feels like a world that I want to go in, so that I can go and read my book and not be disturbed by anyone. And it's gonna be this very warm sort of place, but also very fresh. It's it's just so it's so good. I mean, her art is just amazing, and I just enjoy looking at it. This is very elegant. It's very fantastical. It's a little less fantastical than the Shadowscape Tarot, but I don't mind about that. It's also quite colorful. I like the fact that she uses cormorants in by the way, these are cormorants, guys. Because it's a bird that you rarely gets any show or anybody ever depicts in tarot or in any other media. You don't really hear about cormorants a lot. But cormorants are a symbol of grief, guys. And they make this really eerie sound when they're mating. And actually, when like the call of a cormorant, it just sounds sad. So it's a fascinating bird. Fascinating bird. Oh, I love the snow leopard for the hermit. Oh, so good. And the dragon for the world card. I mean, come on, guys. Come look at this. Oh, it's just so beautiful. But yeah. Don't complain about the art. The art is actually amazing. It's better yes, it's better detailed than the Shadowscape Tarot, and the cards are a little bit bigger than the Shadowscape Tarot, just a tiny bit. But the art is detailed enough that we can actually see everything. Unfortunately, in the Shadowscape Tarot, that sometimes you lose some of that detailing, but this one you don't. It's just it's so beautiful, and the use of color again, guys. It's just, she's amazing using color. It's just the whole spectrum of colors. Let's show you some more, and then I want to talk about some of the cards, and I'll show you the quirk cards later on as well. But I wanted to show you these 3 cards that I don't particularly like very much. Remember when I said that her people have more expression, more passion in their expression? These are the cards that these are some of the cards that I was talking about. But these are the cuts that I actually I don't like the expression on these women's faces. Uh for some reason they're taking me out of the fantasy and they're removing my, well, not only the enjoyment of the card, but the um the meaning of the cards are lost in the expressions of these women. I don't know why, because they're beautiful artwork. I can see that it's beautiful artwork, but there's something that disturbs me about the expression of these women on these cards. And I'm not really sure if it's because they're looking right at me and in such a menacing, intimidating way, or that's how it's coming across to me that I just don't like it. Well, at least with these two. With this one over here, this one being the Four of Swords, I equate the Four of Swords more with a meditative state versus rest. Um, why do I put that in quotation? No, that's exactly what the card is. I mean, that's how people read it. I don't particularly read it that way. Um, I don't consider meditation a form of rest. I consider meditation a restful work. Work at rest. Whatever. I understand what I'm saying, guys. Hopefully, you can read between the lines and try to understand me. Um, but this woman looks despondent. And I don't like that for the Four of Swords. It feels more, I'm grieving the loss of someone important to me, and I'm contemplating performing acts that I won't normally perform. That's what this card is giving me. And I don't even like that for the shadow aspect of the Four of Swords. So, or at least a shadow aspect of the Four of Swords, I should say. Even at a reverse meaning where I'm thinking, well, maybe Stephanie is depicting the blocked energy of the Four of Swords. Then the rest is not really happening. There's something here that needs to be addressed and hasn't been addressed, but it just doesn't. I don't like it. I don't like him. I don't like him. Not that I can't appreciate that this is beautiful artwork. I mean, this is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love these. Love the art. Don't like what they're transmitting to me. That's what it is. There's that. And I want also to show you some of the cards that I actually really like. I mean, look at this Seven of Wands. This mom wolf fighting off shadow wolves for the Seven of Wands. Yes, because it feels defensive and offensive at the same time. And that's exactly how I read this card. And I love that we have a mom protecting her pups. And you guys know that I love canines, and nobody can ever go wrong with canines. I mean, it's just so beautiful. It's so poetic. Love that. Love this. Love this. Love this. And here we have the Eight of Wands. This is another way to depict the Eight of Wands that I have seen before. I like this depiction of the Eight of Wands. Not my favorite depiction of the Eight of Wands. But the trees and having this creature run among the trees and applying that energy and expanding that energy, it's so good. I love it. And as you guys can see, this creature is not only expanding the energy by itself, but it's also doing it for other creatures in the forest, and it's also making the forest move. I mean, look at how the water is reacting to this deer just running. It's really cool. It's really cool. Here we have a great representation of the Ten of Wands. Oh my God, do I love this, because this is a turtle, well, I assume, that has allowed these animals to rest on its shell, and the turtle is transporting them into whatever their destination is, maybe. It's a there's an indifference to the Ten of Wands here that I really like, because usually my favorite representation of the Ten of Wands is that release of that weight instead of carrying that weight. Um, it just makes more sense, and it's more. It's a better ending for the Wands suit than that weight on the shoulders, right? I know that there's purpose in that, and I know that sometimes we choose to do that. But there's this carelessness and this indifference that this turtle is transmitting to me that I just love, and you can still see that these animals are probably taking advantage of the tortoise, but love that. And here we have the Eight of Cups. Love this Eight of Cups because I love the dragon and I love the water energy in this card. There is a feeling of escapism in the card without there being a depiction of escapism. It feels like escapism, but there's not a depiction of that in the card. And I very much love that. There is an aspect of the Eight of Cups that is very dear to me, and it's because I'm a reader, and it's because I'm a person who likes to walk to escape and to, just to calm down. I walk. I slow down my brain by reading, and I also make art to release a lot of energy and a lot of emotion that I have. I do intellectualize my art a lot, but it's a form of escapism for me. Escapism doesn't have to be unhealthy. Escapism can be very healthy if you know what you're doing. And this is what it's the feeling is being transmitted, not the action, but the feeling. Here we have a fascinating Ten of Swords. I like this Ten of Swords, and I know. I'm the person who says that they don't like the Rider Witch representation of the Ten of Swords. I'm sorry, the Ten of Swords. But I do like this one because there's not a sacrifice here. There's a turmoil, and there is a fighting towards obtaining something here in the Ten of Swords that is, yes, it's very final. And only one of these creatures is going to win. It's going to be rewarded. But there's also some sort of activity here, some sort of dynamism, a very active aspect of the Ten of Swords. And that I usually don't see. Usually you just see a person lying there, stabbed, or, well, not even a person. It doesn't really matter what it is. It's an animal, another animal. Humans are animals. But you just see this being hurting and stabbed by other things versus the fight that happened before that happens. So it's very cool. I really like it. And let's see. Well, I don't have to say why I love this Eight of Pentacles. There's a spider. There's green. There's the spider web. No better symbol for the Eight of Pentacles than the spider. Here we have a very intimidating and imposing emperor without it being aggressive, and I very much love that. Yes, this is a deer, and yeah, those antlers can definitely do some damage if it wanted to, but the peacefulness of this being in the forest makes me feel like he's, or it is, the spirit of the forest, and love that for the emperor. It's a fresher, more passive depiction of the emperor. And here we have the Strength card, and I want to thank Stephanie Pui-Mun Law for providing me with this amazing depiction of the Strength card, because the one card in the Shadowscape Tarot that it's not that I don't like, because I've actually the card is actually quite beautiful, and I learned to love it, but that I thought was lacking in the meaning that or what I want to see in the Strength card, completely times 10 on this Strength card over here. This is amazing. Love this. Oh, gods. The two beast, or two conflicting parts of yourself coming together in this passive, quite tranquil scene. Poetic. Amazing. Incredibly thankful for the Strength card. Amazing Strength card. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. The Star card I wanted to talk about because I love the unveiling, the unveiling of the darkness into the light. That is exactly what spiritual healing is, and it's being portrayed so well in this Star card, guys. I mean, I'm a little artist envy for this Star card. This is amazing. Never thought about the Star card being some sort of unveiling. But then when I thought about it, I'm like, of course, the Star card is always bare. There was an unveiling there that happened. Obviously, the vulnerability, the showing of that vulnerability, and that showing of that brightness, that light, that healing that can take place. Just wonderful. I love this. Here we have the Devil card, and as you guys can see, it's Locust. Totally makes sense. What I was going to say about this card was that even though this is not a typical representation of the devil that I would like, I very much enjoy this. There's such humor in this card, especially with the grasshopper, I guess, playing the violin and being this sort of maestro that is unveiling the other locust. Like it's like this grasshopper is making all of these grasshopper do these bad things. Again, very poetic, very nice for the devil card, guys. Come on, this is just some out of the box thinking that I very much love. And finally, the tower. The only reason why I wanted to show you guys the tower was because it's a kraken. And I don't know if you guys know, but there are such things as giant squids out there. And they're humongous, guys. They are monstrous. And the funny thing is that actually in this tower card, the squid is actually, or maybe it's an octopus, is as you guys can see, it's not the one who's causing the destruction. It actually appears that the cephalopod is coming to restore or try to save the tower. What's actually destroying the tower is the wave of fish over here. I thought that was fascinating because you never see in the tower card that preservation aspect, and I'm seeing that here. Like there's a hint. This octopus, I'm sorry, this cephalopod is trying to rescue this tower card, and it's not making it, unfortunately, because yes, you guys can see the tower is actually quite destroyed. But there's that hint of healing. There's that hint of creation, that preservation of creation that I like as well in the tower. But yeah, those are the cards that I wanted to show you. The last thing that I was going to do was show you guys the amazing court cards that Stephanie drew. So you guys can see the pages are some of them are actually quite amazing. This one actually looks more like a woman or like a girl, but most of them are pretty gender ambiguous. We have male and female knights. And I mean, look at that, guys. They're just so beautiful. We have different body types as well for the in various races for the core cards. Yep, there we go, guys. That is it. That is my review of the Verdance Tarot, guys. I hope that I've convinced you to get this tarot deck, but I don't think I need to, because it's Stephanie Pui-Mun Law. You probably already got it. If you haven't, this is a great deck. It's a great starter deck, guys, if you need it, but it's also great for your collection, and it's also great for experienced readers that just want to have a more soothing sort of experience with their tarot, with tarot readings, I think. And let me know in the comments below, what was your favorite card of the ones that you saw. Tell me if you already have the Verdance Tarot and if you read the Amazing Companion, because this is a gem. I'm very, very glad that this is mass market, because it is accessible for everyone, and I think that everybody should have a copy. But thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, YouTube.